It's time to learn some classic rock drum fills. G'day everyone, and welcome to this lesson for Everlong by Foo Fighters. Now it's pretty straightforward, but there is one little trick in the phrasing, and I'll explain that as soon as we hop on the kit. There are some fantastic fills that I think you have to learn, whether you play along to this song or not. You definitely want these in your tool bag. Anyway, let's get on the kit, and I'll break it down. The thing that is a little bit weird about this song is that a lot of the phrases are over 7 bars instead of 8 bars. Usually a chorus or a verse is either 8 bars or 16 bars, but in Everlong, often it's 7 bars, okay? So for starters, we're gonna play on the hi-hats an accent beat 2 and beat 4, but then we're gonna play 3 bars where we add in the kick drum, and so that's gonna make 7 bars all up. So the first bit sounds like this. Then we are into the first of 2 16th note hi-hat grooves we're going to use, and this one's pretty straightforward. It's kick drums pretty much straight the way through. To make up the 7 bars, we just repeat that last bar with the extra kicks in it twice at the end, before we go on to the next section. Now in the next section, we're just going to break up the kick drums a little bit, and they're following along with the riff a little bit more. So that sounds like this. The 7th bar this time around sounds like this. And then we repeat all of that again for the second verse, and then just before we go to the pre-chorus, we have this little fill. It might be a bit tricky to get that kick drum in on the very last 16th note, but it's quite important because it's going to free up your hands to get straight into the next bit, which is snare drum and crash cymbal together. So the next bit sounds like this. Straight back into 1 bar of groove before we go on to the next fill. Then 1 more bar of groove and then another fill, and that's going to bring us up to the chorus. And here we go, here's the chorus. It's a pretty straightforward rock beat up on the crash cymbals, but the fill at the end is a bit weird for me. There's a lot of 8th notes going on the kick drum and just a little bit of hands to spice things up. So let me break it down. 3, 4, 1. At the end of the chorus, we go down onto the toms, and that sounds like this. Then we go back through and use everything that we've already done exactly the same for the third verse, and then into the pre-chorus, and then into the second chorus, and then in the tom section at the end of that, we just have this little snare fill instead. So that sounds like this. drums drop out for a second, and then when we build back up, we're on the hi-hats, accenting every quarter note, but playing 16ths. Then to build things even further, we move on to the snare drum. Then we've built right up and we're onto crashes, and we've got 6 bars of kind of big fills and crashes and stuff right before we go onto the chorus. So those 6 bars, here they are. We're back into the chorus, and it's just the same as we've already done, but at the end, the tom section is a little bit extended, and that brings us to the very end of the song. So the tom's right at the end. There we go. Those are all the bits you'll need to play Everlong by Foo Fighters. There are some great rock fills in there that you should definitely add to your arsenal, whether you end up playing this song or not. Anyway, happy practicing, guys, and I'll catch you soon at the next lesson.